Next, on our panel, we will have BZAM. We're trying to get Pav at BZAM. There we go. Amazing. Hey guys, how are you?
Hi. Good. How's it going?
It's actually going pretty good. Thank you very much. There
Good,
we are.
good.
So please go ahead. Floor is all yours.
Perfect. Awesome. So I'm honestly, I'm just going to turn off my video and I hope no one takes offense. I have some cheat sheets or a bit of a note cheat sheet here. But the presentation is really going to take over here. So I'm just going to start sharing my screen. Just give me one sec. I did have technical difficulties yesterday, so I'm hopeful that you guys can see the screen and everything's good. Awesome. So I just want to thank you guys for inviting us and allowing us to be a part of this awesome career fair and this virtual initiative. So thank you so much, CanMar, and for everybody who is joining us here. I hope you guys are getting a lot of really great insight in different companies in the industry. And before we get started, I do want to take the opportunity to introduce myself as well as my team members. My name's Kelly. I am a talent acquisition coordinator at BZAM. I have had the pleasure of working here for only about 4 months now. And as you can imagine, I joined in a remote environment, which was definitely interesting. And I feel that honestly, BZAM did a great job in making it a good experience for me. And I don't feel that me being onboarded in a remote environment has negatively impacted my experience. In fact, I feel like I was set up for success really well by my colleagues and just the people and culture department and what they've put together in a very short period of time, like a lot of companies had to do. So yeah, I've primarily been focused on sales, marketing, admin in terms of my recruitment. And I also want to take this opportunity to introduce my teammates as well, because they're going to be helping me sort of field the questions, seeing as how they've been with the company longer than I have. So Pav is, and I know all of our screens say that we're Pav. We're not all Pav. I don't know why it's set up that way. So my apologies. So Pav is also a member of the talent acquisition team. So I work alongside him. He very much focuses on our sort of niche roles, so the regulatory and security cleared roles, and he's definitely an expert in that area. And then Jamie is a member of our people and culture team, and she plays a critical role in sort of the onboarding and induction of all our new hires, as well as she is a key resource for all of our employees at BZAM. So I just wanted to introduce us, and of course I want to get us started on a little bit about the company, because that's why you guys are here. So at the end of the day, I know you guys probably haven't heard a lot about BZAM in the last little bit here, but definitely in the future you certainly will. I promise you that there's going to be a lot of great and exciting things coming from us. At BZAM, we're an integration of cannabis companies based out of Western Canada. We've definitely been growing at a rapid rate. We have a number of ample career opportunities currently across British Columbia, Alberta, and then eventually Canada. I mean, as you can see from the first statement, we definitely don't take ourselves too seriously around here. We're not saving the world. We are growing quality cannabis. And we just want to share it with our fellow Canadians. And so we have come into market by the acquisition of former assets, and we do have a number of very strong individuals on our senior leadership team that has been sort of preparing us for Canadian market entry and eventually global market entry. And as a privately held organization, we've definitely been able to remain adaptable and agile within this sort of ever-changing industry. And it's definitely allowed us the ability to be quite strategic and deliberate about our growth plans. But more than just producing a quality product, we're definitely committed to the people that make up this amazing organization. So what differentiates us in the market? I would definitely have to say that it's our culture as well as our commitment to our people. And of course, in cultivating a diverse and inclusive working environment. I mean, we know wholeheartedly that our success is entirely determined by people and the people we're bringing on, which is why we make it our mission to invest in our employees. And we've cultivated an environment that goes just beyond work. I mean, I definitely, even in a short period of time, like consider a lot of people I work with as my friends and kind of my extended family, even though I actually haven't met a lot of them in person, as you can imagine. But it's been a great experience. And definitely BZAM is committed to sort of that diversity and that inclusive environment. And we know that bringing on different individuals with unique experiences and backgrounds is paramount to our success. And we definitely make it a priority to you will provide a welcoming and sort of safe and supportive environment for all of our employees. Excellent. So, I mean, as I said, we're only as strong as our employees. So, you know, that's why we want to invest our time and energy into growing our people, both on a professional and personal level. And be it that we're a startup environment, we've been hiring like crazy. So I don't know if you guys have seen, we've have a number of roles posted that I'm going to take you through in a second, but we've definitely hired a number of talented individuals over the last several months. And we're always committed to bringing the best talent on board. We definitely strive to promote from within, and we're always looking to sort of invest in our employees and their personal and professional development. Excellent. So we do have a number of sites. Primarily, we are located in BC, and we've expanded a bit into Alberta, and eventually we're going to be across Canada. So we have a number of sites that are in various stages of the licensing process. So in terms of indoor cultivation, we've got a facility on Vancouver Island. We've got one in Edmonton. We've also got a facility in Maple Ridge. And then we have our greenhouse facility is in the process of being retrofitted. It's a massive undertaking, and by the time it's completed, it'll be completely fit for greenhouse cannabis cultivation. And then we also have some land up in Midway for outdoor cultivation, and that's in the interior of BC. And we have our processing hub, obviously, where we package, produce all of the cannabis, getting it ready to put into the market, and that's in Pitt Meadows. And then we have our support office, and that's where a lot of our sort of administrative staff sit. So as you can see, we have a number of departments at BZAM that we are hiring for at any given time. We're not hiring necessarily in all of these departments. So I just wanted to take you guys to, oh, I don't know if you can see my screen. Hold on a second. I wanted to take you to another page, but I'm not sure if it will. If it will. Can you guys see the second screen I've moved over to? No? Okay. Well, I was hoping to take you to the website. It's super easy to navigate towards, or essentially it's just BZAM.com. On the left-hand side, you'll see a little drop-down menu, and you can find all of our careers there. We are hiring for a number of positions, definitely, I would say about 30 plus positions across multiple departments, both in BC, on the island, into Edmonton. So definitely worth checking out, and that's constantly changing as we're growing at a pretty quick pace. We're always hiring for a number of roles. So I definitely would recommend just checking it out. Pretty easy to remember. It's BZAM.com. So there we go. And of course, in keeping with the theme of investing in our employees, we do offer a very competitive benefits package, which includes comprehensive medical and dental benefits, RSP matching program, an optional tax-free savings account, healthcare spending account, and as well as employer paid care days. Awesome. So I know I didn't want to talk for too long. I appreciate you guys taking the opportunity to learn a little bit about us. And I know it was a pretty broad sort of presentation. So if you have any sort of specific questions about opportunities we're currently looking for, or questions about the culture or HR related questions, we'll be happy to field those.
Excellent. So having worked and hired for BZAM, not personally worked, but I can tell you one thing, it's a great team that you guys have. So for all the viewers who were watching the presentation, great work done, guys. It was a brilliant presentation. the D&I part, diversity and inclusion, is amazing to look at how BZAM is doing, and having worked with Andy directly, the VP of People and Culture. I'm sure each one of you is amazing. And the only thing I can tell you about BZAM from our experience personally is it's 10 out of 10 every time that we have dealt with BZAM. So kudos to you guys for doing such a phenomenal job. So Ramin, I'm sure we have a lot of questions from our viewers today. So
absolutely, guys, if you have access, Pav, if you want to check down the screen, you have the Q&A button. There's a few questions right here. So if you'd like to go ahead, any questions, relevant question that you'd like to answer.
Sure.
Excellent. Yeah, so we do have a number of opportunities in Edmonton as well. So we have a partner. We're basically partnering with an LP, and we're majority shareholders of Sweetgrass. So Sweetgrass is a facility in Edmonton, just based in, I guess it's outside of Edmonton, my apologies. It's about a 20-minute drive away, based in Sherwood Park, and we are sort of recruiting for that particular facility as well. And that's under the Sweetgrass name, but yeah, we are the owners.
I'm going to pull through some of these. So I see that someone asked, is there a direct-to-consumer retail strategy in place? And if so, can you share some details? As of right now, we won't be going direct to consumer. We're going to start with going to the retail sector directly to them, as well as any government retail services as well. As we're new, we're that will probably be in our future. However, right now we're just gonna start growing as we need to. And yeah, I think, who knows, lots of stuff can happen in the future, but we're just coming to market fairly shortly here. We've just gone through our first harvests. So yeah, kind of see how that goes.
Excellent. Thanks, Jamie. And I know there's a question about the QA and QC roles, and I'll definitely let Pav handle that because he's our expert.
Hello. So I do see there have been a lot of questions regarding a lot of positions, which specific positions that people are asking about. So if you go through the careers page of our website, there are all the open positions which are mentioned. That somebody did mention on one of the questions that the link is broken. So I just checked. It is working absolutely fine. So what you could do is you could apply to those positions. These are positions that, so like the QA, QC, the regulatory positions are the ones that we are hiring for right now. And we could definitely look at the people or the resumes that are coming in. So that should not be a problem at all. So for all the positions that are coming in, we have the open positions on the link. If the positions are not there, the one that you might be looking at, please send a mail to careers@bazam.com. And if and when we have those positions available, we will get in touch with you.
I'm just looking through the questions here.
some of our fellow viewers, Ricardo, would like to know the names of the team presenting from BZAM, because each window says Pav. Pav, that's you.
Okay, so I'm Pav. Then I have Kelly. Kelly, if you could just raise your hand, yeah. And we have Jamie from our people and culture team.
Thanks, Pav.
Yeah, I see there's a question on, do we have an inclusion policy as it relates to people with disabilities? So we do follow employment standards on and human rights on our hiring people with disabilities. So no discrimination. So we do have an inclusion policy written. We haven't partnered with anyone at this point. I think they'd mentioned with an agency that may be supporting those individuals. So feel free to get in touch with us about that. That's definitely something we would consider looking into. We don't have that partnership built right now, though.
And there's a question about when our brands are entering into market. So Very exciting. We are hiring a number of sales individuals for various provinces as of currently, which you'll see online. So we are definitely entering into sales very quickly here. We're going to be sort of selling obviously to the government and getting our product listed. So yeah, we are hiring in sales, and that team is only going to be growing over the next year. So keep an eye out for our products, keep an eye out for opportunities.
And I see that Scott asked about lead harvest again. Feel free to apply. We do not have any sites in Ontario at this point. We are looking to expand further into Eastern Canada. At this point, though, we're only in Alberta and BC and on the island as well, too. So kind of keep your eyes peeled. We definitely are looking at expanding that way. As of right now, we just aren't there yet.
And also, just to add on to it, we keep our careers page updated. So keep an eye on it, because we have positions coming up every now and then, and it's updated almost every day. So it'll keep you up to date with all the positions that we have available at the moment.
All right, somebody asked what our star product is right now and what it may be. So to give you kind of an idea, right now we are just doing pre-rolls, packaging flour, premium flour, as well as doing vape cartridges. So we're not in the edibles industry at this point, starting small and building out from those. I don't really know what our star product is because we're not on the market yet, but I guess we'll see when we get feedback from our consumers and from who we're selling to. We definitely are looking at building that premium product. Our facilities are actually in the Lower Mainland, about 10 minutes away from each other. So we can harvest our cannabis, bring it right over to the production facility, and hopefully get it out in a decent amount of time so we can get fresh product on the market to all of our consumers.
There was also a question around how things are sort of being handled in the post-COVID environment. Jamie, maybe you can sort of speak to that and how we're doing things a bit differently to keep our team safe.
Yeah, absolutely. So our site directors have been in touch with people and culture throughout the whole process. So actually 70% of our staff did stay on site, as cannabis was an essential service through this COVID pandemic. But we had all the social distancing pieces in place. There was some organization that needed to happen depending on the site. Some people, we were having work from home and doing staggered shifts as needed. It just kind of depended if it was what facility it was in. And we also are doing a remote onboarding for all of our employees for at least 3 days. And then before they're on site, they'll be filling out a COVID health questionnaire to make sure that they're declaring that they haven't had any symptoms and that they're good to come on site. All the PPE, we have everything on site, which a lot of our folks wear regularly. So it's not that much different. But we also have done extensive health and safety training for all of our employees in this COVID crisis, how things may just change a little bit. So we're definitely following all the guidelines, all the regulations. And yeah, we haven't had anyone on any of our sites test positive for COVID.
Just see if there's any more questions. I know we have a minute left here.
Well, I do have a question. I've been to your Maple Ridge office, which is absolutely beautiful. Are all the facilities the same? Do you have all those, it was just amazing. I remember coming to BZAM when it was just starting off, just the first 10 people, it was just out of the world. Is every facility built in the same way?
No. Unfortunately, yeah, that facility it's very lush, it's very zen, it's very green, it's a pretty neat facility. The office is a house that's been converted. It's very unique. Our production facility in Pitt Meadows is definitely built like a production facility, right? It's in an industrial area. We've got the lab in there as well as the packaging and processing and what like that. So, I mean, the culture I would say is the same, but yeah, unfortunately that's a very unique location that we have. And yeah, so every location will have their kind of own nuances, but yeah, it is pretty cool there.
Thank you for answering. Well, on the part of culture, what I can say about BZAM is I remember I was told that no matter where we go and how much we grow, it'll always stay as a family. And this is one thing that you guys have done a phenomenal job at, is keeping that culture of still feeling like a family, not a very corporate. The numbers are great, the company is growing, yet the way you make people feel is the most important part, be it an internal stakeholder or an external stakeholder. So once again, to you guys, you're doing a phenomenal job. Keep it up.
Thank you. Thank you so much. That definitely means a lot. And I want to thank you guys the opportunity to have us today and inviting us and allowing us to be a part of this awesome endeavor. So thanks again for all the kind words and the invitation.
Guys, thank you for your time. And that was BZAM for all the viewers. Whoever is interested, just feel free to go to BZAM.com. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for your time, guys. Yeah, we really appreciate that. Take care.
Bye-bye.